Welcome to this edition of Between Two FARS. I'm Warnicki Miller, here once again with the illustrious Robert Tepfer. Bob is going to talk to us today about the different types of contracts and their use, along with some of the risks and benefits that come along with them.
Yeah, I'm glad to do that. I didn't know I was that illustrious. It's really helping me. The contract is an allocation of risk. And the fact of the matter is, contractors, they don't mind working in areas that they have done repeatedly. They have a clue as to skill level and the number of hours of those particular skills. Those are easy to propose. They may have a level of efficiency or an innovation that permits them to be able to use less hours, or perhaps a lesser skill with different supervision. That's fine. But where you run into issues where a fixed price environment is inappropriate is when it's never been done before, or you're trying to push the envelope with regard to excellence. Those kinds of things are really on the frontier. You just don't know what you're going to find when you get out there. And contractors are, by definition, out to make a profit. They have to. At a minimum, they don't want to lose money, which, if they're not careful and they effectively embrace a concept that's never been done before, the net effect is they could very well lose a lot of money very quickly and over many years. So that being the case, in an effort to keep our contractors alive, because we need them, we don't want them to go bankrupt, and we want them to pursue a contract for that length of time enthusiastically, we have certain cost contracts that we also adopt. One is called the incentive fee arrangement, where the contractor can increase or decrease their fee. They get all their costs based upon their performance to a specific target that's negotiated. Then it's kind of what we think it will cost, but we really don't know.
What type of good or service might fall into that bucket?
Well, it's something hopefully doesn't involve safety.
Okay.
Because safety issues are not an area that you want a contractor to take too many risks, right, because of the issue of making money. And we're trying to cautiously say, we'll pay the costs, just make sure our people are safe, okay? For that reason, we have a fixed fee arrangement where they can effectively increase their percentage of return on investment based upon, if they can lower the cost. But again, the issue becomes you have to be very careful that they don't do anything dramatic.
Okay.
Both the incentive fee and the fixed fee can be made to read such that if there's a safety violation, that it can significantly alter the amount of fee. Both these contracts can be contractual methods can be included in a contract. It can be what's called a hybrid.
Okay.
You can have certain items that are incentive fee, certain that are fixed fee. You can even have fixed price based on things that you know, and probably you should.
So you kind of pick from a menu and line it up with the different parts of your statement of work as appropriate?
Right. You have to be cautious that you don't have a contractor have a fixed price arrangement using the same skills, because if that occurs, the natural inclination would be, let's put it under the cost reimbursable arrangement, and therefore we get more profit.
Right.
We also have the award fee arrangement, and that's a fine way to go. A lot of people don't necessarily like it, but award fee has an award fee plan that speaks to what matters, for want of a better way to say it. And those areas, we receive information on maybe a quarterly or even an annual basis as to how their performance is.
So it's assessed on a regular basis by the government?
Yes.
And is there cost associated with that for the government?
It can be a lot of cost, because you have to have accurate information, and you have to have a lot of people involved, and they have to keep good records. Now, one of the headaches that you can run into is people buy into that, and then the contract goes on for 5 years, and they wish they hadn't, or they don't see any need for it anymore. We at JSC had developed an option provision that if we have excellent ratings for like a year or two, hopefully a lengthy period of time to consider it,
right,
we have a right to exercise an option to maybe turn it into a fixed fee.
So at the start of the contract, the contractor is aware that you're going to sort of be graded on your performance, but if you're doing good for a while, we'll migrate over to just a fixed fee because of your history of good performance?
Right. And it's normally better than good, and it has to most definitely be in the solicitation, because theoretically, you have to have a meeting of the minds.
Right.
They have to have agreed to it. It's like any option, unilateral discretion of the government. And we even have the right that if for whatever reason their performance becomes lacking, then we can go back.
Excellent. Well, there's some wonderful options as you're considering what contract vehicle to pursue for your source selection. Join us next time between two FARS.